All right, let's load everything up real quick. So again, we sold out of Intel, we sold out of most of these names, and we're just giving this a second now. Yeah, looks like that was the low on Euro. You little, goddamn. I thought I was gonna hit it at least another time. It just fell into it once and just ran away. I think we have a position still open right now. Yeah, we do. It's up 15 pips. Let me get out of it now. All right, I think we have no more trades now for the Euro. Yeah, we just emptied everything. All right, so let's leave it at the, like this for a second. SPY trade is down 6% right now. Tesla's correctly falling just like we had wanted it to. So this is what I was referring to, family, yesterday when we were talking about Tesla. And it's kind of funny because when did the drop actually start to occur? At open, just like yesterday. So, no, yeah, it's kind of funny. We had told everybody yesterday at open we want to get rid of these. We got rid of them at the end of yesterday for a very short loss. Those same contracts right now, I'm not too sure where they're at, but if I had to say, they're probably at 600, 600 right now, with the possibility of going to like 700, 800. So that was a perfect trade. We got out of it because it was a little expensive, but for next time, now we know. Absolutely phenomenal. Nvidia still holding at the top. SPY is still by the bottom of 609, 608. 608.76, so everybody already knows the deal now. You could fall straight down on top of 607. The fact that you're at 608 now tells me one thing, and that's you're going to potentially go straight through 608 now and go to 607. So beneath 608.40s, 608.50s, which is right between this orange zone and this orange zone, you want to continue to look for more downside up until you hit the top of the purple, where we made this plan yesterday. Once you hit this orange zone right here, you're instantly putting 30 to 75 into 0-day calls. So we're going to do all we're going to do is basically just average down right here. So remember, we bought one for 50. Right now it's at 44. It's just down $10. So we'll see how low it drops here. You finally hit the level you were supposed to hit yesterday, family, which is basically the same level you hit on Tuesday. Sorry. We're not going to add to the position. It's still basically barely down. Once you get below this purple, that's when it's going to be the prime time to play the puts. So that's why we're not worried about puts right now, because we already have the level that we want to play the puts beneath. We just got to see if it's going to hold anywhere above that. Remember, this is the new level of support. So you're going to see things holding here that, again, once we're not holding before. And if it cannot hold at this level of 608, 607, which is above the purple, we're just going to fall straight down to 605, 603. So that's no problem. Remember, the second you get below the purple, anywhere above the purple to in the purple, you can see this hold and basically still continue to head up higher. If you have any puts, watch the 605 level. That's your first main target. And if we can't hit 605, 606, again, we're just going to look around this level. We're trying to see if it's going to hold at the purple or above the purple. If not, the second you go below this purple, we're playing puts. What type of puts, you may ask? 2 strikes out, 0 days. Easiest way to go. Just like how we did with the calls right there in the morning, which we're still waiting for, by the way. Down to 34 from 54. Single option. We always buy one first in the beginning of the day. Then at around 11:30 to 10:30, we start amping it up with 2 to 3, maybe 5 contracts. For now, just one, just to play safe. All right, let's start looking at the put side now. You're holding on the bottom of the zone right now. So I'm looking for calls a couple days out because you're at the purple. Let me see something real quick. The hell is this phone lagging for? Oh, it just died as soon as I... Okay. Alright. It's messed up. Alright, so we got the play. I'm not too sure if my phone sent it before it died. It was supposed to be for the Prodigy tier. So just give it a moment. Just turn it back on. I'll send it into the chat right now. And then once we fall below 607, we'll be playing puts to about 605, 603, which is perfect. Once we get to 603, we'll see if we're going to hold beneath this purple box, purple little triangle. Remember, you broke out towards the top right here. And as we all know, just like this red area that I'm holding up right now, that I'm moving around, what did you end up doing? Respected the top, respected the top, respected the bottom, then you broke out. Then you broke out towards the top. Okay, so if you respected, you broke out, and now you're in the box, exactly. You're just going to break out towards the bottom now. You're just going to end up somewhere down here now. Just like how you did up here. When you break out, you always will test the bottom of that range. So, just in case we start testing that bottom of the range now, we don't have too much capital down, even in that 5-day trade that we bought into right now. There's still not too much capital into that. In total, for all of the SPY trades we have right now on the board, less than $200. So that's perfect. Next thing is, let's see if we can do something a little bit more fun now. All right, first, let's make sure this picture was sent. One moment. I want to check the Tesla contract actually. So it was a 340 put. How much is a 340 put right now? Let's see. Tesla puts. Yep, that 340 put. Wait, there's no fucking way. I was about to say. I was about to lose it. I thought that thing said 2,000. That 340 put went to $600, which was actually exactly what we were looking for first. So, family, just like that. Next time, all we're going to do is just put less capital in, just in case. And yeah, it should be perfect. Also, did I post out a trade? I think I just did. Did I? I think I got sidetracked with the Tesla. No, I did post it. Okay. So remember, we got a 5-day play and we got a 0-day play. 2 different plays. The 5-day play is already basically making me everything back for my 0-day and more. I'm already up $12, $13, which is double whatever I'm losing on the 0-day. I'm not going to average down on the 0-day unless we drop down to like 17 or 20 from 54. So I'm going to be down about 60%. So unless we go up here, I'm going to be down 60% on that 0-day. That's exactly how this is going to work here. Remember, I bought the 0-day right on top of this first box here. So currently we're down 20%, $10. And then I bought the 5-day right down here, right inside this box here. If I'm going to purchase any 0 days that are for the downside, everybody here already knows what's the deal. Once this drops below the purple, we'll see if we're going to play the puts going even lower. That's no problem with me. For now, we're inside of our calls. Nice little plan here. Plan of action. Let's see what's going on with our other trades here. Unity is going up again. We're up 20% on that. SMCI is going up again. Nvidia is going up again. Also, I might add to the Intel, not to the Intel, to the AMD. For Intel, I'm waiting for it to drop down a little bit more. We had an excellent play on Intel, let me tell ya. We sold out on Intel right here. Where you at, Intel? So we had sold out right around here, right around the first time it hit 26. Now you're at 25, so of course the options are going to be cheaper than where they were at when you was at 26. And all I want to see is you just hit this floor right here, right around 23, 22. Apple, nothing yet. AMD, nothing yet. Tesla, we already talked about it. SPY looks like it's cracking down below. Got to be careful here. And the euro, yeah, we're waiting for that as well. I didn't think it was going to go this low, I'll be honest. This literally gave us a perfect setup. It would be so funny if this holds now. I thought it would go as low as maybe 610. I thought it was going to hang towards like the top end. But since it's not, it's A-okay with us. I'm like freezing over here. Yo, can a tornado hit? Can a tornado hit Florida? Is that possible? Has a tornado ever hit Florida? Why am I having these damn tornado dreams? Let's go back to SPY. Let's just sit right here for a second. By the way, pay attention to where all the volume is at. Weirdly enough, for some reason, every single time that you see volume on my screen, it will always line up with either the midpoint, which is like these midpoints right here, or it's going to line up with the actual supply and demand zones. Like right here would be the midpoint of the top and the bottom. Because remember, you created this supply and demand zone this day right here, right? This is the one at the top, correct, family? So, because after you created it right here on the first day, this next day then therefore now means that this zone is a selling zone. You understand? So this will now forever be purple, just because of its reaction the next day. Where the hell's the color for it? Why is it like, why does it look like that? Actually, no, we won't extend this yet. We'll just leave this like this for now. And then if you cut it up, what's half of this box and the other box? So put this here and then you put this down here. And there you go, family. Somehow, all the volume is always at the middle. No idea how. It just works that way. That's kind of why I never have this indicator on, because the tool and indicator that I've created is basically the same thing. So it's kind of cool. But you could definitely use this to see where all the volume is, right? This is volume per price. That's what this means here. So for every 5 cents, 10 cents, 30 cents, this is where all the people are buying. I think the red area is puts and the green area is calls, but sometimes I like to flip stuff, so I would have had to check it. It's one or the other. Actually, let's just check it real quick, just so we know. Is that the damn bunny? What the fuck are you doing on the stairs? Get the fuck back. How the fuck do you keep opening the metal door? You don't even have hands. I don't know how she keeps doing that. Like, what are you moving? How are you moving the latch? Alright, so yeah, that's down and that's up. Okay. So I'm happy I at least switched it like that. So red is the down, the green is all the calls, right? So this is where all the volume is. Right here in the middle. Kind of right here before the top, and then right after the top, right? Right next to the top. So when I get rid of my 0 day, it's probably going to be right here at the middle, logically. And then when I get rid of my 5 day play, it's going to be right up here at the top. Simple as that, family. How about the other plays? How we doing? Unity. I want you to run into the sky. I'll show everybody the Unity chart real quick. Also, we have a trade coming up soon with this company, Hawaiian Electric. They're massively oversold, so I want to see if we could do something with them. Also, SMCI, I have puts on SMCI. I bought it right here yesterday. Was it yes? I think yesterday, yeah. Options are up 50%. Yesterday they hit a high of 61%, I think. Yesterday they hit a high of. So once these SMCI options drop to around 40, if not 30, we're going to get rid of them, which should be up like 100 to 300%. For the Unity call, which is this right here. I mean, look at how phenomenal that is, family. Again, that circle is where we bought. And we're planning on holding this so it runs all the way up to either 60 or 112. We have all your buying points. And if I go to the right, you would see more information. I have everything broken down to the absolute, just last level, really. This is all posted in the Discord, by the way. We also have Baba. Look at how amazing Baba was. Look at this. Oh my God. It's like every single name we touch is just like, you buy it, and it's like a damn firework, just straight into the sky. But on Baba, we're just waiting for this to come down. Hopefully, this could touch 80, 90 again. I'm not too sure, I'll be honest. We may have missed our last opportunity. So, if we do get another opportunity for Baba, we're buying options that expire in the max amount of time that we could buy them. 2, 3 years, a year, whichever it is that they allow us to buy, we're going to buy it down here. Because, I mean, yeah, let me just zoom out real quick on Baba. Yeah, you're not even at the halfway point. And the top is all the way up here at 319. So, yeah, this was phenomenal. So, yeah, we're just going to keep paying attention to stocks that are oversold. Because if the SPY is going to get sold off, and the SPY has the potential chance of dropping out the sky here, what's the purpose of us just trading the SPY all the time, you know? So, no, yeah, we're definitely going to be trading oversold names more, just like how we are right now. But I want everybody to understand that every single trade that we had, that was either 30 days out or 60 days out or above, every single trade since the beginning of this year, everything has been perfect. Every single trade has worked out. Everything. Baba, I think it was like 2-3 times. SMCI 2-3 times. The only long-term play that we bought into that we're waiting for is AMD. And we did have a 2-week Google play, but it was more of a shorter term play. We also had a CVS play, but again, a shorter term play. And that's pretty much it. Everything else has been phenomenal here. I checked the P&L, and in total, for every other company besides SPY since the start of January, we're only down $200 for everything else in total, which is phenomenal. That's basically almost not a single loss. Of course, it's little baby losses we're going to have to add up, but at the same time, when you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, every loss is about times 10. Every win is about times 10 of the loss, is what I'm trying to say, which is perfect. That's exactly the area that we're trying to stay around. You're running up from the purple, just like we thought. It's like taking candy from a candy store. Remember, everybody, we do this every single day. It's the same thing. What I just did right there and us being up, it's the same thing every single day. That's why I say that we're the best in the world, because nobody in the world does it like us. Not for a second. Not because it makes it sound good, but because we put a lot of work into this, you know? A lot of excruciating pain, let me tell you. I haven't slept in years. The 0-day call is already back to break even. So again, let's see if this is going to run up a little bit more. 609. 610. The 5-day call is up $20. So I'm already up past what I'm down on the 0-day. So if you want, family, depending on how you plan on going about this here, you could put a nice little limit to sell your calls for the 0 days at a price of around $60 to $70 from here, while they're at 40 right now. Or you could choose to sell this out if this potentially hits the top of the purple. So for now, you're just waiting, right? We saw the first leg, which was up here all the way to down here. I just want to see if the next leg is going to be at least to the midpoint. Once we hit the midpoint, we're going to get rid of the 0-day. And then we'll see what we could do with the other trades here. Remember, we bought this 0-day around the same location from where we're currently at. So we're just going to see if this is going to head above the middle. And if this starts getting sold off again, we're going to open up another opportunity right here at the bottom. This trade is only down $5 now. So again, we're going to use a mix of patience and the fact that we're at the top, the fact that we know we can hold around here. And yeah, just wait around for a second. Not really rush into anything else. We could check the Tesla trade. There's a couple trades that I still want to hop into here. So yeah, just taking it slow. Did it hit 340? Oh my god, it hit 340, you little shit. Tesla, you're amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can get into another Tesla trade here. It's a little late. That's A-okay. Just like yesterday. Let's see if I can open up some opportunities for everybody else. I'm looking at 360. I want this to run to 360, 380. Once it runs to 390, we sell out. So you could buy a 380 or 390 that expires in... Basically, the first one that I bought expired in like 30 days, I think. So now, yeah, let's look for something 30 days out. 29 days out. A 430, 420, but then again, we would want to go on the money. The first time, when did we buy this? We bought a 500 and something dollar. We bought one that was far as hell. I know that. It was really far. For the call side. Actually, you know what I could do? Let me just go to my history. Go to orders. Let's scroll down for a second. Go, 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 go. Oh my god. Yo, let me tell you, I looked at SPX. The SPX profit from the last year is no bueno. We have to fix SPX. It's literally everything else is perfect but SPX. So yeah, we're gonna have to fix that soon. So the call that we had was 420. We bought it for 100 and... Actually, was that the one we bought? No. Where did we buy this? Did I buy it on this account? I didn't get it on this account, did I? Oh, I did. Wait, sell. Okay, so we bought a 435 for 284, and then we sold that same 435 for 525, basically around $200, which is usually what you see me try to get with Tesla. Usually like a 50% to 100%. Why? Because you're using a ton of capital. So even if you get 50% on $200, that's still, or $500, that's basically $200, which is what we did that day. So that same option right now, 435, let's check it. 435 that expires on what date? March 21st. So March 21st, 435. March 21st, 435. March 21st, 435. Let's check. March 21st, and then a 435. You are at $285. Oh my God. You literally went up. We bought this at the same price. You know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna get something closer. Let's see here. Thank you. Excellent. All right. Spy, what's going on? What are you doing over here? You getting your act together? Looks like it's just lagging a little bit. What time is it? 10:30? So it's only been an hour so far. The Unity call is up 22%. Again, I'm holding Unity for a long time. I want to see if these options can go up 1,000%. On the SMCI, I mean, I might just get rid of it soon just to claim a nice little gain. But at the same time, I also kind of want to hold it for next week. So we'll see how that goes today. If we get 100% today, we might just sell it. If we don't get 100% today, we're just going to hold it for another couple days here. Remember, I'm trying to hold the SMCI contract until the 25th so that once the news comes out of whatever the hell they're going to say, we could just buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what type of event I'm thinking it's going to be. We're going to sell the news, especially because of how fast SMCI ran up before the news. You know, even confirmed a single thing. And I know SMCI is a really good company. I agree with you. They've been here for a long time, so that's why I think truly stuff will work out. But knowing how this market trends, buy the rumor, sell the news, there's a very good opportunity here. Again, we got the Tesla contract, we got the SPY, we got the SMCI, we got the Unity, we got the NVIDIA, we got the AMD. We don't have Intel. We're going to rebuy Intel. We sold CVS. That's everything. And we're still in... Are we in the Forex trades? I don't think so. I think we got rid of it. I'm so sad that the Forex market just... this little shit. It kept running. So again, we sold out from the bottom right here to right here for a really good percent. Just this was amazing. If you have, let's just say, $8,000 account, with 8,000, if you would have bought into it right here, your account size would have been at around 14,000 right here. If not, around 12 to 13,000 from 8,000. And it's the easiest trade in the world. Because look at how much time this has been respecting this red box. It's actually insane. And by the way, you might ask, what is on my screen right now? This is my trading style that we created last year. This is the last trading style we created, which is basically the strongest trading style so far. And look how it works. Why is this thing stuck on auto? How do I... Why is it locked? What the hell did I do? Reset chart view. Oh god, what did I do? Invert scale? I don't think that's I don't think that's the correct one. Uh-oh. I probably pressed the key or something. Anybody know how to fix this? What has happened? Did it mess up all my charts? No. Alright, thank God. It's fine. The Euro chart is just messed up for now. We'll just leave it alone. I have no idea what happened there. Because this one doesn't lock, you see. Like, if I press that, I could unpress it. Just keep sitting. Once you get above 609 flat, you potentially have a home run. You might just run right back up. I would wait for tomorrow just in case. What if we need to hang towards the bottom now? Remember, what is this price action right here doing? You hit a certain area, correct, family? You don't went above it. You don't went up even higher. My fault. And after you went up a little bit higher, then you got sold off below that low right there. And it wasn't until you went lower than that low, which was from the left side, in which you started snapping right back up. So again, messing with the previous lows and messing with the previous highs, just like always, right? If you actually look at what's the next level, which is right in between the highs and the lows, it's going to be around the 610.50 level. So above 609.10, 609.11, 609.12, anywhere around that top portion, you want to see if it's going to hold, and then run to 610.50. So that's going to be like $1.30. I'm thinking we could sell these 0-day options at around 40 to 80%. We'll have to see if we get bought up here, though. What if SPY just starts falling from the sky again, right? Could happen. It could happen. That's, by the way, why you never want to put too much capital into the market, of course, right? Never want to scale in too much. Just a tiny bit, so that you can actually make some decent profit. Have a good learning lesson. And not stress yourself out. Options are up $30 now. So my other options break even for the 0-day. And my option for 5 days already made half of that back. Usually I wouldn't try to make it back so soon. Not at the same exact time, but it was a wonderful opportunity right there. Remember, whenever you hit the purple or yellow zones, it's 5 to 9 day options every single time. 5 to 9 day options. It's, you know, probability of it working out is about 80 to 90%. Even including the chaotic market movement. Kind of like yesterday, right? You almost, or not yesterday, but the day before that, you almost hit the purple, but then you didn't. And no, yeah, we had calls right here in the middle that we could have had at a better price. So what did we do this time? Exactly. We bought the 0-day call lower than last time because it was up here. We bought it at 610. Now we bought it down here at 609 flat. And then we bought the 5-day all the way down here at 607. So this is a really nice price. If we could just wait for tomorrow now, these prices are probably going to get shot through the roof for this SPY call. So we're going to wait for that. We're not going to touch it. The 0-day we're going to sell today. That's the reason why we bought a 0-day. So we could sell something today. And then, yeah, maybe we'll use that settled cash with the 0-day to then make another trade. Remember, yesterday we had 3 100% wins for SPY. Just yesterday. So today my goal is to get at least 1 300% or 6 50%. or 10, 25%. That's also fine as well, right? I want to hit that same number. We're so close. We're going to beat our record really soon. Think about it. Yesterday we had 12 trades. The day before that, all right, actually, no, yeah. The day before that, we only had 2. And then the day before that, on Friday, we had 2. But then on Thursday last week, we had 13. On Wednesday, I think we had 6. So I was 6, 13. Then yesterday, we had 12. And then today is so far 3 of them. So far, we had 3 of them in the first hour. 2 of them are working out really well, which is the 5-day play and the Tesla play. And then the other one is kind of dying a little bit here. Also, the Unity play is working out. We played earnings, smashed out the park. We're looking to sell this in a couple weeks. And then for SMCI, also smashed out the park. We're holding just a little bit more, just to be a little stingy here. This might be the wrong play, though. This might be the wrong play. Maybe since it's up so much, 40%. I mean, hey, that's basically almost half the option right there. We could sell it, take our profit, and then maybe hop back into another play for a cheaper price. So we might just do that here. Yesterday, the high was 70%. Then it went to 0. And then right now it's at, again, 40%. So let's just check the SMCI chart and let's see what our final analysis is going to be. Remember, we still have plenty of time. Plenty of time. So that's the first thing we have to say. The next thing is the 25th is when the news gets released. So you might just swing up here at a higher high and hit the 70s or 80s. And if that happens, no, yeah, these contracts are definitely going to be massively down. So this is what we're going to do. Point blank and simple. If we run above 59, like the 59 area, we're just going to tap out. We're just going to take our profit and get on out of here. The second we go below 56 again, we're going to potentially hop back into something else. If not, we could just use the same 59 level. But here's the thing. The way day trading and weekly trading works is if you buy off of a certain level and you were using that level as your means of getting out the play, the next time you can buy at that level would have to be the next day. So that means you're not going to be able to buy at that level no more. So if you buy puts at 59 and it runs above it and you have to sell out, you can't buy again until tomorrow. Just to play it extra safe, because sometimes markets take a little while to just trend in certain little, areas, right? So just got to account for that. Tesla's hitting his king's points. It hit the first one. You drop back down. You're anchoring down now, like a proper Tesla chart now, not like whatever you got from before. This is proper now. This looks nice. And we're in the play for a higher high. We're going to sell it at 390, 380. There's nothing else we need to talk about. How is this Euro chart? How the hell did I mess this up? I need you. Unstuck yourself. This is not right. What did I do? Oh, there you go. I think I fixed it. I think I pressed one of these buttons. What the hell is this? Logarithmic. No, yeah, that's hard. That's terrible. Oh my god, this Euro trade. That was phenomenal. That's already about 60 pips from the bottom. Alright, we'll try to see if we can get into another Euro trade. We'll take our time with it. The Nvidia trades, we're all waiting for that. SMCI, you already know the deal with that. Tesla, you know the deal with that. SPY looks like it's getting sold off from one of its points that's right next to the midpoint, right? Like couple cents off from the midpoint. So point blank, allow this to fall right back down. See if it's going to hold at the orange. We're only giving this play about another 30 minutes for the first 0-day play. And then we're going to start to either 1 scale out or 2 buy into another play so that we don't miss out on none of the price action. The contract that we have for 5 days out is actually balancing the 0-day still. Remember, the 0-day was around 50. The contract 5 days out was around 130. Now, yeah, I think that's it. Actually, we could check one more chart. Yeah. It's good, family. All right. So far, this is perfect. So far, so good. So far, so good. For SPY, we're just going to see if this slips below 607 so that we can continue to play the downside. We're looking for contracts that are 2 strikes out. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, we'll just sell these calls out around the top, 610, maybe 611. You're right beneath your large just volume node here, which is, by the way, where you got sold off from. You hit all the volume and then you just drop from that area. So the next thing I want to see is, can you start to maintain this and get on top of this area? As long as you can get on top of 610 30s and end up on top of all this volume, you could use it as support. So that's what I want to see next. Step by step, family. Step by step. Also, I love how it just keeps falling from the same area. We had so many entries off of the same area. I don't even know what to say. I'm not even too sure. It's wild. And where you're falling is way too low. You're not supposed to be falling this low in the dynamic of you wanting to uphold this uptrend and have a higher high. You doing this right now is actually not good at all. I'll be honest with all of you. In the summertime, you didn't do this. You weren't this bearish to the downside, especially when you just snapped up into a new high. So I want to see if this is just either going to be the wicks, you know what I mean? Just like the aggressive wicks around this time. And we just get bought up and just consistently hold up above this 608 level. Or I kind of want to see if this is going to just slam you down. If you fall to 605 for whatever reason in the next week to 2 weeks, you could potentially say SPY is crashing out the sky again. And if you fall below 601, you have to be in puts. I mean, look at how much times the market crashed from 601 and we called it out. Basically right here at FOMC, then a week later, then a couple days later at 599, right next to that 601 level. And then a couple days later, of course, you ran up all the way up here, 610. Once you hit above that previous 601 level, we then wanted to play puts to 601. We got the puts up here, and we opened up all the way down here. This is one of our greatest wins the whole entire year so far. $4 contracts went up to $200 each right here. And it was just from buying the puts up here. And then we bought the puts again that next Friday. Opened up again. I think it was 200% or 100% this time. We weren't aggressive the second drop. And then the third drop, we played it again. We made a good amount. And then, yeah. This fourth drop, we're not in the puts right now. So we didn't time it from top to bottom right now at all. This is the only drop that you've gotten here that we have not timed since the drop of FOMC. And the only reason why is because, I mean, we kind of did time it, if you really think about it. We told everybody you had the possible potential of dropping to that purple zone. That's kind of why we made this chart right here yesterday with these buying points right here. So we kind of did say it, I guess, but maybe not as specific, you could say. So, yeah, taking our time. Take your time, take your time. We pretty much just combed through the whole entire market already. So there's nothing else to look at right now. You can go outside, grab some food. There's no reason to really look at this. Put your alert below 607 so that if this falls below the purple, you're just going to hop into a cheap put. A cheap put from 608 to 605, you could definitely go up easily 100, 200%. I would sell out at like 80 to like 60%, 100%, and then look for some type of reversal. My favorite percent to claim on the 0 day is around 30 to 60. That's like your safest bet right there. 20 you could claim as well, but 20 is too small for a 0 day because usually I'm only putting like one contract. So at least a 30%, 40% gain is going to, you know, dent the the account. That's the one thing you all have to consider as well. A lot of times I see many traders trade phenomenally, and then because they know that they can make more, or because they're not hitting certain goals, they rush it and then tend to lose. And it starts like this this bad trend of just, yeah, chaotic trades, you know? Make it simple for yourself. And if you need patience, if you need time, if you've noticed that every single time you buy a call or you buy a put, a couple of days later, it just flips in the opposite, you know, way for the opposite reaction, again, give yourself more time. 90% of the time, that's all you have to do. SPY is still consolidating in between the first two consolidation zones above the purple one, which is proper. That's perfect. If you get below the purple, again, you might have an issue, so we're just waiting for that. Other than that, we're going to shut down this right here. Let's see. Actually, is there anything else I got to go over? I don't think so. I think that was literally like 10 different names right there. That was nice. Oh, wait, there's one company. There is one name. Where are you? Where you at? Let's see. So there was a whale that bought into this right around here with a ton of capital. Let me use the damn circle. And there's also a ton of volume right here. Both of these days are your largest volume days right here, from what I remember. So what I want to see here is, can we at least fall to this $9 level? If not, we're going to get above to 11. And at that point, you're just going to run straight into either 15 first or 18. So we're just using this level as a metric here. They came up with a report. They're building 2 solar storage systems for Hawaii to deal with the power issue. So we'll see if this company is going to get back into the groove of things. Before the fires in Hawaii, this company was worth around $38 to $40, and you're basically massively oversold from that. If I show you the all-time chart, it looks as bad as like most of the other oversold names. It looks as bad as SMCI. Look at SMCI. Look how bad this was when we first bought it. It was right down here at $18. And then it ran up to 40s. We sold it. It hit one of our other levels. You know what's crazy? Watch this. Actually, no. That's going to take too much time. I was going to show you another chart we had where we came up with the play. Oh, yeah. This was the first SMCI play. 700%. No, yeah. It's crazy because they literally hit the level we wanted to buy it at 27. But too much stuff was going on at the time, and we were getting into other plays. So it's just a little chaotic. But looking at this trend now, the next time we're going to hop into a SMCI trade is right here at around 40. So we got the puts up here at the top. We got a month out. And yeah, let's see if we can get the same trend like last time where you fell from 48 straight down to 27. That's a lot of capital. That's a lot of profit right there from top to bottom. Especially if we play from bottom to top as well. So yeah, because we missed the bottom to top, we're going to get some of that profit going back down just to make it right. Is there anything else we need to look at here? I don't think so. Intel's also massively oversold. So remember, we already played Intel. We bought our call literally right here at the bottom. And then we sold it right here before the top at 26. So a couple cents off from the top, actually. And then we're going to rebuy into this at the halfway point, right at this first blue circle. That is not blue. I apologize. But at that white circle right there. And then Baba, you already know the deal. HE, you know the deal. So family, send me all your oversold names. Let's add them to the chart here. We could trade 500-600 names at the same time. It's not really that hard. As long as we don't put too much capital into each, and they all have good potential, and they're all different sectors, so it actually makes sense, because what's the point of hitting a whole entire sector when you could just hit the best one? You know? I agree with that. But of course, there's different sectors, right? And that's more so what I'm specifically referring to. Let's find the best company out of every single sector so that when things are trending up, that's trending down. Maybe they're trending the same. Doesn't really matter to me. Different name, different sector, and let's add it to the table here. Especially if it's a good long-term name, it just makes us have more opportunities, you know? Because for Intel, think about it. We bought a year out for the call, and we sold it already. So if we bought it a year out and we sold it already, right, because that was a really good gain, it was over 100%. All we're looking for is just to retrace and then do the same thing again and just keep selling them for 100%. And by the time we actually hit the top of 80 or the top of 60, we'll at least be up 1,000% on Intel. That's my goal, is for me to click my P&L, and on every single company, I want to be up at least 1,000% on one of those trades that I took on every single company. Because 1,000%, it's cool. It's like a home run win, yes, but what it does is also establish your knowledge of what you're doing. Because if you can get 1,000% back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you know, it just basically says you can do this, you know? Nothing more, nothing less. Simple. So what I'm saying is just training through repetition and just having some high goals, really. Just gotta set some goals for yourself. Have your intentions line up with your actions throughout the day. Don't be trading something that's $300, $400, $500, $600 when at the beginning of the day you only had an intention of trading something half that price or a quarter of the price. Now let's switch back to SPY. Looks like these options are taking a beating here. We'll give it a moment. We'll see if this is going to go below the purple. And then you know the deal. Below the purple, we're going to play the 0-day puts, 2 strikes out. And we just want to nibble at it. We're still thinking this trend is going to flip up bullish. However, got to be careful. Remember, the first 3 weeks of this month, you've been going pretty much up. Today's the 20th, so the next massive day that you're going to have is going to be tomorrow, the 21st. So you're either going to, you know, massively switch trends right now, which is the day before the 21st, or it's going to be on the 21st, which is tomorrow, right? And in terms of averaging down, right, you might ask me, should you average down at this point? The first thing I would tell you is just to wait a moment. Wait just a moment. See if this is going to fall to the bottom of the purple. Let the price action just scramble about. And yeah, just wait. Give it a second. Alright, so this is perfectly planned. We'll just watch SPY just in case it zips below now. Let's have all of the plays lined up. Let's also look at these other charts as well. That one we're down about $20 now on the first SPY trade. Tesla's down $2 right now. So everything's like break even to down. What the hell just happened? What was that? Was that Webull? What just happened? Webull. Very, very, very vicious right now. Webull's now opening up. Yes, it is. All right. SPY. I think I just broke it again. Oh, God. All right, we're good. You're always asking me to update this damn application. So now you're just at the highs of before, 607s. Once you break below this high, you're now going to have to mess with these lows, which is 600. So that's why I told everybody below 607, we have a really good opportunity for puts right around here. Because now you're inside of this top, which is 608.30, right? 607 is the official zone beneath that area. It's kind of like the official area. And yeah, Let's just see if we're going to hold around here. Why am I saying let's see if we can hold around here? Is because if you go back on your chart to the summer months, you basically did the same thing here. If I zoom in, when you pass the highs, you just didn't go as aggressive to the downside. But then again, I would say that if you really count that, that's like right here. So we haven't really got to that level yet, because if you really think about it, how much is that above it? That is about $6-7 above it. So once you get $6-7 above it, then it actually started dropping on top of it to hold. That was in the summer. So $6-7. $6-7 from 613 is gonna be like what? That's like 607, right? So that's $6. Same exact thing. Now let's see if this holds. Actually, no, that's not $6 because it's from 608. So 608 plus 6, that equals 614. So we did not hit 614 yet. But since we hit right next to 614, 613, where did we fall to next? Still the same level we were going to fall to if we hit 614. So now my next question is, all right, if you were supposed to hit 614 and you hit 613 and then crashed, you were supposed to hit 609, but then you hit 607 and now you're holding. No, yeah. I think everybody here can tell that this might be one of your best plays for the upside the next couple days. All you literally need to do now is just wait, have the market flow upwards, and that's really it. It's kind of all. It's kind of like down here when you were at 599 again. We had told everybody, if you break this trend right here, this little downtrend, right? If you break this and head on top of it, you're going to head up to a higher high. And that's how we knew this SPY was going to head up higher and higher before the market even opened up this week. We knew this was going to happen about 2 weeks ago. And in fact, we prepared for it before you even ran up here. We were preparing for that down here. And I can show you that by switching into one of these other charts. SPY still stuck in the purple. We're still waiting. So again, let me show you this other chart real quick. Hey, where you went? There it is. Look at how phenomenal this chart is. We made this chart when you were over here. That's why you see these targets here. So when you first crashed during FOMC and then we got that large leg, I was just like, all right, like that's it. We're not going to miss these large legs no more. So we started creating something where it can show us where all the large legs will be. And no, yeah, this is what it looks like now. So when you were at the bottom down here, we said calls to 583. And then after the calls to 583, you wanted to hit every single put target here, which we've pretty much hit. We hit this put target right away. Literally instantly right here, and then you held right below it, and then you instantly ran to the next put target, which is why we actually bought puts on this day. So for those of you who are thinking about how the hell did I time us dropping $21 out the sky, it was because we were always going to get puts at that level regardless. The $21 drop out the sky just so happened to coincidentally happen at the same time, which is another little thing that we've actually it's not a psych, what can I call this? It's like a core, it's like the core philosophy of this market. That's how I want you to think of it. When things happen on coincidence like that, that's what I keep referring to everybody as. Just repeat your trades, and eventually you're gonna get a crazy trade if you just keep repeating it this way. And once you repeat it the first time and you get that first 1,000%, 500%, trust me, every single day you're going to be looking for that. Not in a way where you're just forcing your account to destroy itself to get that, but because now you're hungry for it. Now you saw it was possible. So, no, yeah. And then after you fell from here, you ran down here, you held here. We didn't get the calls here because just in case if you slipped down lower, we were wanting you to buy down, wanting to buy the calls down here. So we then waited. We then played the calls midweek. We broke our record right here. This day right here, I think we had 17 trades in total, somewhere around here. The next day, you then collapsed out the sky again, perfectly going our direction. Once you hit the floor down here again, we then bought calls. Once you hit the top right around here a couple days ago at 609, we bought the puts. But those puts we had sold out at the midpoint of Tuesday when the market first opened up on Tuesday. And then we used that capital and we've doubled the account since then with the calls. So whatever we sold those puts at, we bought them for $140. We sold them for $115. So we sold the puts for a loss of, I think, $35. And then we used that same 35, threw it into another trade, and instantly went up 100% to make that back. That was yesterday. That was like the first trade we did. So, and the way we knew it was going to run up yesterday, the reason why I hopped into the calls yesterday was because point blank, this is what you did last time. You always do this. You always create a trend, go lower than the trend. And then if you open up at the midpoint and you already went lower and you already went higher, you're probably going to go higher again before you go lower again, which is exactly what happens. So it's wild. That's how we knew that the SPY was going to drop. Not this much, though. I was thinking like 610, 609 maybe. I thought it was still going to be on like this nice little uptrend, but no, yeah, you just broke it. So now we're just waiting for you to continue to confirm you want to drop out the sky here. Which if it just keeps playing with the purple zone, that doesn't confirm nothing. That simply states that you're still stuck in this major area. So, yeah, that's all we're at right now. The call that we got earlier is going to be at around our first point of being able to average down here. So we're going to wait for it to hit the bottom. And then we're going to average down for the first time. Our other trades are doing pretty good. The Tesla trades are down $10 now. So if anybody wants to buy the Tesla trade cheaper, it's $20 cheaper now. Remember, use me as a way of getting into your contract so that you can have an awesome entrance. My favorite time to have another individual buy into a contract that I have when it's down is around 50%. If you could buy into a contract when I'm down 50%, you're going to be massively up. So focus on averaging into stuff or buying stuff when you hear me say I'm averaging into stuff. When you hear me say that, that is your cue to have your first buy. If you're trying to play this really safe and not lose a dime any single day. Because trust me, you will not lose money. It's impossible for you to lose money playing with the market this way. And it's only because you're aggressively just averaging into this market. That's really all. Posted it inside of the Prodigy channel. I don't know why I can't say that damn word. All right. Right here, I just averaged down on my 0-day option for the first time. I posted that in the Disciple channel now. So again, we bought one earlier for 50. We bought the second one for 17. They're both at 20 right now, so we're just going to give this a second now. My average is going to be 36. I want to sell this at still around 40 to 80 potentially. Hopefully we can get to around 80, depending on how the flow is here. The contracts may be a little too far because they're 611 and we're at 607 right now. So that's going to be around $3 to $4 out, which means that even if we run up to the midpoint, these options are still going to be 2 strikes out the money, which is, if we look at 2 strikes out the money, that's around $68 right now. So that means both of these contracts could run up to around $60, $50. Probably even back to break even. And if they run back to break even, which is at $50 when I first bought it, since we'll have 2 of them, we'll just sell out at $50. So we're going to put our stop loss at 50, family. Because that's when we bought our first one. And since our average is now all the way down here at 30s, by the time we hit 50, we're going to be up about 50%. Which is basically what happened yesterday. We did that same thing. We bought a call down here in the middle of the day, right? We then averaged down at the beginning of the day over here. And that same call was worth, I forgot how much it was worth here. Like 40 each. So we had averaged down the first time at 40. Then we bought them at $17. No, sorry, $14. So the account went from like $50, $60 all the way to just $28 right here. That same $28 account, just averaging down on the same SPY option, went to around $80, right? And then we bought a put. That put went up 100%. And right now that account is sitting at $150 from $20 at the morning of yesterday. Just using the same averaging style I just used right now. We bought one up here, bought one at the support, and now we wait. Both of those contracts in total are in for around $70, $80. And then we have another trade that's for $150. That's for a couple days out more. And yeah. And then we're going to buy some puts 2 strikes out the second you get below the purple one to show that we have the SPY and the checkmate. And the SPY can't run away no matter where it goes. I kind of want to see if this is going to hit 601 though. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I like when stuff breaks out and like retests the underneath side and then breaks out on the bottom side, because if it breaks out down here now, you're either going to fall from the sky now, because remember what happened last time when you broke out towards the bottom. You got this little price action, right? Compare this to this. What's bigger, right? I'm talking about that to then that down there from underneath the yellow line. Clearly the top side is bigger, right? So keep that in mind. If you break out up here and it's not that big, it's not that, crazy, and you're falling through the same area that you did not want to fall to, this is supposed to be your support, this purple area. And right now you're inside of it. So if you fall to the bottom of it and you fall out of it, we're going to get the calls, of course, right? Because we know this stuff likes to yank back in. But at the same time, we're going to also focus on the puts from this portion right here, 601, 603, straight down to 594. And that's the goal right there. And that's pretty much all. That's all we got to do here. So again, just take it slow. We already had a couple trades. It's about to be 11 o'clock again. What are you doing back there? She's like trying to get behind my bed again. Oh, God. She doesn't give up. This is still phenomenal. Let's zip through our other charts here and see what's going on with the other names. This is my favorite SPY chart, by the way. This chart right here. There's no chart that is better than this chart right here. It's kind of wild, right? The only trade that was wrong right here was this call right here. But then again, you look at the other day, and that was why we got into the calls right here. Right underneath that line in the middle of what everybody may have thought of as nowhere. But it wasn't nowhere, it was actually a specific area. All of these buying points and call points are a specific size from the line, and they're specific spacing so that I could copy and paste it and just drag it up the line like this, and it will always work. Just like how it worked over here. Take, for example, this, right? Above the line, we say puts, and then above that calls, below that calls. So right here, that was the only trade that would have messed you up. You would have hopped into a 1-day call, but then again, it slipped right below that. You would have hopped into your 1 to 4 day put. Not at the same time, of course. Maybe you would have hopped into a 1-day call here, and the second it dropped below this area, you would have hopped into a 4-day put. Your first question might be why. The first thing I would tell you is, since you were running up right before that, you're most likely going to crash down somewhere. And this might not be the only point where it anchors down. So because of you running up and because of you dropping Friday here, it's only assumed that this Friday you were going to drop. So that's how we also knew that. So yes, the chart tells you calls, puts. However, in the midst of it, we did have another game plan which tied in all the ideas to this better point of view, or this better outlook. And that's what we did here. Just played the puts here. We sold the puts at the end of the day, so we caught the whole entire $8, $7 drop. And then, yeah, that was pretty much our last massive win here. And it was with these price targets. And they're the same thing over here. So when you're going to buy calls, exactly, you're at that level now, you see? A little bit above the line. A little bit above the line. When we fall to the line, I'm going to buy a 1-day put. Probably going to be a 0-day put. And then we're going to play that put to this next call area, which should be about $1, $1.50 of price action. The next chart I build, this will be more specific. So don't worry about that. I'll make it even more correct. But for now, it's wild how it just works like that. Also this chart. But I mean, I think we stopped kind of wanting to rebuttal the fact that this was happening all the time, because this is wild. I mean, just look at this. I literally never need to check this chart ever. It's always going to work. You ran above the midpoint, which is the orange and yellow lines. You then got stuck on them for a second. The next day you then held on them. And then the next day after that, you're now at the next area, which is the red area. So even though the market's going up and this is an uptrend, these lines I created specifically go down to give you basically what I've realized is through the charting and through the work that I've done here for the last 2 years, specifically the last year, using things as an opposite always ends up working out better for you. So that means me using bearish lines actually helps me with the bullish trend here. You understand that? So that's the reason why this thing is just so successful. It just hits the red line and back to this line and then this line and then, I mean, yeah, like what is more perfect than this? And I promise you nothing. This is more correct than my supply and demand zones, or the only thing that competes with this is as correct is DARP. That's the only thing. Nothing else competes with this. So now the next question you may ask me, and yes, I have not done that. Have I basically merged DARP, which is the biggest or the best trading style we've ever created as a group here? Have I merged that with my own trading style, which is my lines? And the first thing I'm going to tell you is no. That's how I know that even right now with the charting that we've done, we're still holding back right now. Trust me, I know we could do way more than this. But right now I'm having a lot of fun right now, and I kind of don't want to just do something without purpose or intent. So I think we're going to use the current level that we have right now to let's just get everybody on the next level. Let me just put it to you that way. We don't have to say a number. We don't have to say a certain challenge. I just want everybody on that at that next level, and you all know what that next level is. And then once we get there, boom, then we'll start scaling up the ideas and all that whatnot. Currently, right now, I'm trying to go through the process of publishing some books, so it's taking some time, but I write really, really, really quick. So I'm sure I can get this book, at least the first book, done by the end of February, if not middle of March. And we're going to have a total of 40 books that are going to come out. Not going to be very long books. Going to be very short books. And the books are going to be based on these trading styles and how we've basically revolutionized this whole entire trading game. So just be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout, family. It's going to be awesome. I'm telling ya, the future's bright. At least I hope it's so. Hope it is. Anything could happen. Life is life. All right. Let's see if you're going to stay above 609. You're still hanging around 608. Options are at $25. Remember, we bought the second one at 17. It's already back up. If I wanted to play this safe and I was a little frightened, I could hop out right now. This would be your first exit. First exit. I forgot we were going to check the other names. Whoops. SMCI, what's going on? Getting bought up? Tesla? Alright. Apple? Yep. Nvidia? I want to see Nvidia hit like 150. If it could hit 150, 148, I'll be a very happy pickle. Let me tell y'all, I am so tight this thing ran up like that, and these options are barely up. We got 2,000% going straight down. And at most, we just kept getting 100% going straight up. So we failed on the back-to-back 1,000% here. And it was a nice setup, too. We literally had it in our hands. But yeah, it's okay. It happens. Now that I know where the failure is, I think y'all know what that means. Yep. And I think y'all can see where I'm smiling at. Yep. Yep. I already found the mistake, which means exactly the next time we trade this, there's no mistake. That's how well we operate. And if you don't operate like that, no, yeah, you're just going to lose. You're just going to keep losing and lose and domino effect into basically nothing. You have to be on top of your game here. Sometimes when you have a bad loss, you tend to not want to go, deep dive into your trades. But I'm telling you, when you have a big loss, the best time to dive into that last week or what you did is after all those losses, so that you can make yourself understand why that even happened in the first place. You could have probably prevented it all, So don't blame nobody but yourself every single step of the way. And if you need help, if you need guidance, you have a whole entire family here ready to help you. So yeah, just don't stay stuck. That's the one thing. Every week should be some type of level of progress. Whether it's taking a $20 account to $40 or $50, taking a $10 account into $15, $20, then $30, it doesn't really matter. Use the least amount of capital so that you can actually truly understand what's going on here. And yeah, take your time. Take your time, family. Only buy at certain levels, certain points. And other than that, you're just waiting. Just like how we did today, right? This is how you're supposed to trade. And then on days like yesterday, did anybody hear me say, I'm going to buy into a 5-day call or put for SPY? Absolutely no. Did anybody hear me say that this day too? Well, I was thinking about it. We bought the 2-day call here. But again, we weren't looking at the opposite direction yet, just due to the fact that you were above the 610, 608 level. And yeah, and then we established the fact that you could drop to 607 2 days ago. Before the market even opened up on Tuesday, we had told everybody, all right, this is where you want to buy your calls. And then under here is where you want to buy your puts. And yeah. So that's like a full recap, family. Just so you can understand, the stuff that we call out today is going to work out tomorrow. So tomorrow, you're most likely going to be up here at 611, 613. That's what I'm looking for. If you don't open up at 611, 613, you can kind of do what you did yesterday, which is hover towards the bottom here and not really get above, let's just say 609. Just like back and forth with 607, 609, 607. I could definitely see that tomorrow. So that's why we have 5 days on these options, just in case it takes maybe 2-3 days. And then if we drop below this area, because remember, tomorrow's Friday, and 4 weeks in a row, we literally crashed on Friday. What was last week? Last week was right here. Did we crash? No, yeah. See, you had a baby drop on Friday. So since tomorrow's Friday again, and the drops keep getting smaller and smaller, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm thinking. And that's, you're most likely going to have a baby drop tomorrow. That's probably half of this. And then after that, then we play the calls once again. So yeah, smaller drop, smaller downside tomorrow, maybe more upside if we stay above 607, 608. Because if we drop below this, no, yeah, the market's gonna just slowly start getting sold off. Plays are right back at $17, which is the second price we bought them at when we averaged down at the bottom down here. We're not going to average down again, of course. We're going to wait and allow this trend. It's only around 11.16. So, again, family, just take your time here. Microsoft. We got to work on that next week. Unity call is up 50% now. So, it's bringing up our other account. It's pretty nice.